I remember that day clearly. It was a typical Wednesday afternoon at the office, and I was sitting at my desk going through some reports. My boss, Mr. Carter, had just returned from a business trip and was in a surprisingly good mood. I figured it was a good time to discuss a potential promotion I'd been working towards. Little did I know my life was about to take a turn I could never have imagined. My wife, Linda, had been acting distant lately. She'd been dressing up more than usual, spending long hours out with friends, and her phone was always glued to her hand. I tried to brush off the nagging feeling that something was wrong. Maybe she just needed some space, or perhaps she was dealing with something she hadn't told me about. That day I decided to surprise her with lunch at her office. I called her phone, but it went straight to voicemail. I thought nothing of it and figured she was in a meeting. I knew she worked closely with her boss, Mr. Andrews, at the same company where I was employed. They often collaborated on projects, so I wasn't surprised when I didn't find her at her desk. I made my way to Mr. Andrews' office, hoping she might be there discussing work. As I approached, I heard muffled voices and a few giggles. I knocked lightly on the door, and to my surprise, it was slightly ajar. Pushing it open, I was greeted by a sight that made my blood run cold. There was Linda, perched on the edge of Mr. Andrews' desk, her lips locked with his. They were so engrossed in each other that they didn't notice me standing there. My heart shattered into a million pieces as I watched my wife betray me with my boss in my own workplace. They broke apart. Shock and guilt plastered across their faces. Linda scrambled to her feet, trying to compose herself. Her words felt empty and meaningless. Not what it looked like? You think I'm blind? I've been a fool all this time. Mr. Andrews, always the smooth talker, tried to step in, suggesting we talk about this like adults. The audacity of the man was unbelievable. There was nothing to talk about. They had been doing this right under my nose. Linda started to cry, but I couldn't find any sympathy for her. For a few months, she admitted quietly. A few months, and she didn't think to tell me? She let me live in ignorance while she had her fun. She sobbed, saying she never meant for it to get this far. Save your apologies, pack your things, and get out of our house. I can't do this anymore. I stormed out of the office, leaving them to their guilt and shame. The drive home was a blur of anger and betrayal. I knew my marriage was over and my career was in jeopardy. But at that moment, all I could think about was how I'd been played for a fool by the two people I trusted most. As I drove, memories of our relationship flooded my mind. I remembered the day we met, the way her smile lit up the room. I remembered our wedding day, the vows we made to each other, and now all of that seemed like a lie. The love we shared, the promises we made, all shattered by her betrayal. When I got home, I went straight to our bedroom and started packing her things. I couldn't stand the thought of her being in our home, our sanctuary, after what she'd done. I wanted her out of my life, out of my sight. I was hurt and angry, and I needed her to feel the consequences of her actions. As I packed, I came across a photo album from our honeymoon. I flipped through the pages, each picture a painful reminder of the love we once had. How had it come to this? How had we gone from blissful newlyweds to this nightmare? I heard the front door open and close, and moments later, Linda appeared in the doorway. Her eyes were red and puffy from crying, and she looked as miserable as I felt. She wanted to talk, but I felt there was nothing to talk about. She had betrayed me. She had betrayed us. How could I forgive her for that, she pleaded, explaining how it started off as harmless flirting, but then things got out of hand. She felt alone, and Mr. Andrews made her feel wanted, appreciated. But she didn't want to burden me with her feelings. She should have come to me. We could have worked through it together. Instead, she chose to go behind my back. She admitted she was wrong, that she should have talked to me. She promised to do whatever it took to earn back my trust. I needed time to think. I needed her to leave, to go stay with a friend or family member. I needed space to process everything. She nodded, defeated. As she left, I felt a mix of relief and sorrow. I had taken the first step towards healing, but the road ahead was uncertain. Could I ever forgive her? Could our marriage survive this? Only time would tell. Over the next few days, I tried to keep myself busy. I threw myself into work, hoping to distract myself from the pain. But no matter how hard I tried, thoughts of Linda and her betrayal haunted me. I replayed that moment in Mr. Andrews' office over and over again in my mind, each time feeling the same gut-wrenching pain. I confided in my best friend Jake, who had always been there for me. He listened patiently as I poured out my heart, offering words of comfort and support. He couldn't believe she did this to me. I didn't deserve this. He advised me to take my time, not to rush into any decisions. I wished I knew what the right answer was. Jake reassured me that I would figure it out eventually. As the days turned into weeks, I found myself slowly coming to terms with what had happened. I still loved Linda, but the trust between us had been shattered. I wasn't sure if it could ever be rebuilt. One evening, Linda showed up at our house. She looked tired and worn, as if the weight of her actions had taken a toll on her. She had been seeing a therapist trying to understand why she did what she did and how she could fix things. She knew she had hurt me deeply and was truly sorry for that. The therapist said she needed to take responsibility for her actions and work on rebuilding the trust she had broken. I appreciated that she was trying, but it wasn't just about her. I needed to figure out if I could ever trust her again. She was willing to give me all the time I needed. She loved me and was committed to making this work. As we talked, I could see the sincerity in her eyes. She was genuinely remorseful and determined to make amends, but I still wasn't sure if that was enough. Over the next few months, we continued to see each other occasionally. We attended couples therapy, trying to rebuild the foundation of our marriage. There were good days and bad days, moments of hope and moments of despair. But through it all, we kept trying. One day, as we sat in the therapist's office, she asked us to write letters to each other, expressing our feelings and hopes for the future. It was a difficult task, but it forced us to confront our emotions head-on. When we exchanged letters, I was moved by Linda's words. She wrote about her regret, her love for me, and her determination to rebuild our marriage. She acknowledged the pain she had caused and promised to do everything in her power to make things right. In my letter, I expressed my hurt and anger, but also my love for her. I wrote about the memories we shared and the future I had once envisioned for us. I told her that I was willing to try, but that it would take time and effort from both of us. As we read each other's letters, we both cried. It was a cathartic moment, one that brought us closer together. In the weeks that followed, we continued to work on our relationship. We spent more time together, talking openly and honestly about our feelings. We went on dates, trying to rekindle the spark that had once brought us together. Slowly but surely, we began to rebuild the trust that had been shattered. It wasn't easy, and there were times when doubts and insecurities crept in, but we kept pushing forward, determined to make our marriage work. One evening, as we sat on the porch watching the sunset, Linda turned to me with a serious expression. She had been offered a promotion at work. It was a great opportunity, but it would mean working even closer with Mr. Andrews. The thought of her working with him after everything that had happened was too much to bear. She didn't want to jeopardize our progress. She just didn't want to hide this from me. She wanted us to make decisions together. I appreciated her honesty, but I couldn't handle the thought of her working with Mr. Andrews. She understood and decided to decline the promotion. Our marriage was more important to her than any job. In that moment, I felt a renewed sense of hope. Linda was willing to make sacrifices for our relationship, and that meant the world to me. As time went on, we continued to rebuild our marriage. It wasn't perfect, and there were still moments of doubt and pain. But we were committed to each other, and that made all the difference. Through therapy, open communication, and a lot of hard work, we began to heal. The scars of betrayal would always be there, but we were learning to move forward, stronger and more united than ever before. Looking back on that fateful day in Mr. Andrews' office, I realized how far we had come. It had been a long and difficult journey, but we had managed to find our way back to each other. Our marriage was forever changed, but it was also stronger, built on a foundation of honesty, trust, and a deep, abiding love. The days following Linda's decision to decline the promotion were filled with a mixture of relief and uncertainty. While I appreciated her willingness to put our marriage first, the road to recovery was still fraught with challenges. I found solace in our renewed commitment to each other, but trust was not something that could be easily rebuilt. We continued to attend therapy sessions, both individually and as a couple. Our therapist, Dr. Wilson, was instrumental in guiding us through the process. She helped us navigate the complex emotions that came with betrayal and provided us with tools to improve our communication. It was during one of these sessions that Linda revealed the depths of her own insecurities and fears, something she had never shared with me before. Linda confessed that she had always felt overshadowed by my achievements. My career had taken off, and while she was proud of me, she couldn't help but feel inadequate in comparison. Mr. Andrews had taken advantage of these insecurities, making her feel valued and important in a way that she hadn't felt in years. Hearing this was like a punch to the gut. I had never realized how much pressure she was under, or how my success had inadvertently contributed to her feelings of inadequacy. In an effort to rebuild our connection, we started spending more quality time together. We took long walks in the park, went out for dinners, and even took a weekend trip to the countryside. These moments helped us reconnect and reminded us of the reasons we fell in love in the first place. It was during one of these walks that Linda suggested we start a new hobby together. We decided to take up gardening. Our backyard had always been neglected, and we thought it would be a good project to work on together. We spent weekends planting flowers, vegetables, and herbs. The physical labor and shared goal brought us closer. It was therapeutic, allowing us to channel our emotions into something positive and productive. As our garden flourished, so did our relationship. We began to find a new rhythm, one that was built on mutual respect and understanding. However, the journey was not without its setbacks. There were still days when the memories of Linda's betrayal would resurface, causing tension and arguments. But each time we managed to talk it out, relying on the communication skills we had developed in therapy. Work remained a challenging environment. Seeing Mr. Andrews every day was a constant reminder of the past. I considered looking for a new job, but the thought of starting over was daunting. Instead, I focused on proving my worth and securing the promotion I had been working towards. I wanted to create a future where I didn't have to see him daily. Months passed, and our hard work began to pay off. I was offered the promotion I had been striving for. It was a bittersweet moment, as I couldn't help but think about how different things might have been if not for Linda's affair. Nevertheless, I accepted the promotion, seeing it as a step towards a brighter future for us. Linda, too, found a new sense of purpose. She began volunteering at a local community center, helping underprivileged children with their studies. It was something she was passionate about, and it gave her a sense of fulfillment that her job hadn't provided. I admired her dedication and was proud of the positive impact she was making. Despite the progress we had made, the scars of betrayal were still there. Trust was something that had to be earned every day. Linda was transparent about her activities and made a conscious effort to keep me informed. It was a gesture that helped rebuild the trust that had been broken. Our friends and family were supportive, though some were skeptical about our decision to stay together. They saw the pain I had gone through and questioned whether it was worth it. But ultimately, it was our choice. We knew the road ahead would be difficult, but we were determined to face it together. One evening, as we sat in our garden, surrounded by the fruits of our labor, Linda turned to me and said something that would stay with me forever. She told me that she was grateful for the second chance I had given her and that she would spend the rest of her life making it up to me. Her words were sincere, and for the first time in a long while, I felt a sense of peace. Life slowly began to return to a semblance of normalcy. We continued to build our new life, one that was rooted in honesty and mutual respect. The experience had changed us both, but in some ways it had made us stronger. We had faced the worst and come out the other side, determined to make our marriage work. One of the most significant changes in our relationship was the way we communicated. We had learned to be more open and honest with each other. We discussed our fears, our hopes, and our dreams. This newfound transparency helped us understand each other better and brought us closer together. We also made a conscious effort to create new memories. We traveled to new places, tried new activities, and celebrated our milestones with renewed enthusiasm. Each new experience was a step towards healing, a way to overwrite the painful memories with happier ones. Our journey was far from over, but we were moving in the right direction. We had learned that love was not just about the good times, but also about weathering the storms together. It was about forgiveness, understanding, and the willingness to work through the hard times. As the years went by, we continued to grow together. Our garden became a symbol of our resilience and commitment. It flourished under our care just as our relationship did. We found joy in the simple things, like watching the flowers bloom or harvesting the vegetables we had planted. Looking back, I realized that the experience had taught me valuable lessons. It had shown me the importance of communication, the power of forgiveness, and the strength of love. It had tested us in ways we could never have imagined, but it had also made us stronger. Linda and I had come a long way since that fateful day in Mr. Andrews' office. We had faced the darkest moments of our marriage and had come out the other side more united than ever. Our love had been tested, but it had endured. We had proven that with determination and hard work, it was possible to rebuild what had been broken. The future was still uncertain, but we were ready to face it together. We had learned that no matter what challenges came our way, we could overcome them as long as we had each other. Our journey was a testament to the power of love and the resilience of the human spirit. And as we sat in our garden, surrounded by the beauty we had created, I knew that we were stronger than ever, ready to face whatever the future held. Linda's commitment to our relationship never wavered. She continued to attend therapy and worked tirelessly to rebuild the trust that had been shattered. She was patient, understanding, and determined to prove that she was worthy of my forgiveness. Her efforts did not go unnoticed, and slowly the walls I had built around my heart began to crumble. In the years that followed, we experienced many highs and lows. There were moments of joy, such as the birth of our first grandchild, and moments of sorrow, such as the passing of Linda's father. Through it all, we remained steadfast in our commitment to each other. We had faced the worst and had come out stronger, ready to embrace whatever life threw our way. As I reflect on our journey, I am filled with a sense of gratitude. Gratitude for the lessons we learned, for the love we shared, and for the strength we found in each other. Our story is not one of perfection, but one of resilience and determination. It is a testament to the power of love and the importance of never giving up. Linda and I had proven that it was possible to rebuild what had been broken. Our marriage had been tested, but it had endured. And as we looked towards the future, we did so with hope and confidence, knowing that together we could overcome any obstacle. Our love had been through the fire, but it had emerged stronger, ready to face whatever challenges lay ahead. And for that, I am eternally grateful. In our later years, we found ourselves reflecting more and more on the journey we had taken. Our garden, once a symbol of our renewal, now stood as a testament to our enduring love. The flowers and plants we had nurtured over the years flourished, each one representing a chapter in our story. We often sat together on our porch, watching the sunset, reminiscing about the past and dreaming about the future. The pain of betrayal had long since faded, replaced by a deep sense of peace and contentment. We had faced our demons, and we had come out stronger on the other side. Our children, who had grown up witnessing our struggles and triumphs, often sought our advice on their own relationships. They saw us as a beacon of hope, proof that love could endure even the greatest of challenges. It was a role we embraced with pride, knowing that our journey had not been in vain. As the years continued to pass, Linda and I remained each other's rock. We celebrated our golden wedding anniversary surrounded by family and friends. a testament to the life we had built together. The scars of the past were still there, but they had become a part of our story, a reminder of how far we had come. In the twilight of our lives, we found joy in the simple things. We cherished our time together, knowing that each moment was a gift. Our love had been tested, but it had endured. We had proven that with determination, forgiveness, and unwavering commitment, it was possible to rebuild what had been broken. Looking back, I am grateful for every twist and turn in our journey. It was not an easy path, but it was one that led us to a place of deep understanding and enduring love. Linda and I had weathered the storm, and in doing so, we had found a love that was stronger and more resilient than we had ever imagined. Our story is a testament to the power of love, forgiveness, and the human spirit. It is a reminder that even in the darkest of times, there is always hope. And as we sit together in our garden surrounded by the beauty we have created, I know that we are ready to face whatever the future holds, together. As the sun sets on our journey, I am filled with a profound sense of gratitude. Gratitude for the love we shared, for the lessons we learned, and for the strength we found in each other. Our story is not one of perfection, but one of resilience and determination. It is a testament to the power of love and the importance of never giving up. Linda and I have proven that it is possible to rebuild what has been broken. Our marriage has been tested, but it has endured. And as we look towards the future, we do so with hope and confidence, knowing that together we can overcome any obstacle. Our love has been through the fire, but it has emerged stronger, ready to face whatever challenges lay ahead. And for that, I am eternally grateful. Years passed since the day I discovered Linda DDTM's betrayal. The pain, although dulled over time, never fully disappeared. It became a part of who I was, shaping my perspective on life and love. I had to live with the memories of what had happened, but I was determined not to let it define me. Linda and I continued our journey together, learning and growing every step of the way. One of the major turning points in our relationship was when we decided to renew our wedding vows. It was Linda DTM's idea. She wanted to start fresh, to recommit to each other and to our marriage. I was hesitant at first, unsure if I was ready to make such a profound gesture. But the more I thought about it, the more I realized that it was a step we needed to take to fully heal. We planned a small ceremony in our backyard, inviting only our closest friends and family. It was a beautiful day, the garden blooming with the flowers we had planted together. As I stood there waiting for Linda to walk down the makeshift aisle, I felt a sense of peace that I had envied TMT felt in a long time. When Linda appeared dressed in a simple white gown, I was struck by how much we had both changed. We were no longer the young, naive couple who had said their vows all those years ago. We had been through so much, and yet here we were, ready to begin anew. As we exchanged our vows, I could see the sincerity in Linda JTM's eyes. She spoke of her love for me, her regret for the pain she had caused, and her commitment to building a better future together. Her words were heartfelt, and for the first time, I truly believed that we could move past the betrayal and build something stronger. My own vows were a reflection of my journey. I spoke of the pain and anger I had felt, but also of the love that had endured despite everything. I promised to continue working on our relationship, to forgive and to trust again. It was a cathartic moment, one that allowed me to let go of the past and look towards the future with hope. The ceremony was followed by a small reception where we celebrated with our loved ones. It was a day filled with laughter, tears, and the promise of a new beginning. As we danced under the stars, I felt a sense of joy that I hadn't experienced in years. We had made it through the storm, and now it was time to enjoy the calm. Our renewed commitment to each other brought a new sense of purpose to our lives. We continued to nurture our garden, which had become a symbol of our journey. Each plant, each flower, was a testament to our resilience and determination. It was a reminder that even in the darkest of times, there was always hope for new growth. We also found new ways to connect with each other. We took up hiking, exploring the beautiful trails in our area. It was a way to spend quality time together, away from the distractions of everyday life. Each hike was an adventure, a chance to reconnect with nature and with each other. Traveling became another passion of ours. We visited places we had always dreamed of, creating new memories to replace the painful ones. Each trip was a step towards healing, a way to build a future that was filled with joy and excitement. Our children, now grown, watched our journey with admiration. They had seen the pain we had gone through, but they also saw the love and determination that had kept us together. They often sought our advice on their own relationships, and we were more than happy to share the lessons we had learned. As the years went by, we faced new challenges. Health issues began to emerge, a reminder that we were not as young as we used to be. But we faced these challenges together, just as we had faced everything else. Our love had been tested in the most profound way, and it had endured. We knew that we could handle whatever came our way. Our garden, once a symbol of our renewal, now stood as a testament to our enduring love. The flowers and plants we had nurtured over the years flourished, each one representing a chapter in our story. It was a place of peace and beauty, a sanctuary where we could reflect on our journey and look towards the future. One evening, as we sat on the porch watching the sunset, Linda turned to me with a serious expression. She had been offered another promotion at work, one that would take her away from home more often. The thought of her being away so much was difficult to bear, but I knew that this was an opportunity she had worked hard for. We discussed it at length, weighing the pros and cons. Ultimately, we decided that our relationship was strong enough to handle the separation. Linda accepted the promotion, and we made a plan to ensure that we stayed connected despite the distance. Regular phone calls, video chats, and frequent visits became our new routine. The distance was challenging, but it also brought us closer in some ways. We learned to appreciate the time we had together even more, and made the most of every moment. Our love had been tested in ways we could never have imagined, and it had come out stronger on the other side. As we approached our 50th wedding anniversary, we decided to celebrate with a trip to Europe. It was a dream we had always shared, and we were excited to explore the beautiful cities and landscapes. The trip was everything we had hoped for and more. We visited historic sites, enjoyed delicious food, and made memories that would last a lifetime. One evening, while sitting at a café C in Paris, Linda turned to me and said something that would stay with me forever. She thanked me for giving her a second chance and for believing in our love. Her words were sincere, and I knew that she meant every word. It was a moment of deep connection, one that reaffirmed our commitment to each other. As we returned home, we were filled with a sense of gratitude for the life we had built together. We had faced many challenges, but we had also experienced countless moments of joy and love. Our journey was not one of perfection, but one of resilience and determination. It was a testament to the power of love and the importance of never giving up. In our later years, we found ourselves reflecting more and more on the journey we had taken. Our garden, once a symbol of our renewal, now stood as a testament to our enduring love. The flowers and plants we had nurtured over the years flourished, each one representing a chapter in our story. We often sat together on our porch, watching the sunset, reminiscing about the past and dreaming about the future. The pain of betrayal had long since faded, replaced by a deep sense of peace and contentment. We had faced our demons, and we had come out stronger on the other side. Our children, who had grown up witnessing our struggles and triumphs, often sought our advice on their own relationships. They saw us as a beacon of hope, proof that love could endure even the greatest of challenges. It was a role we embraced with pride, knowing that our journey had not been in vain. As the years continued to pass, Linda and I remained each other's rock. We celebrated our golden wedding anniversary surrounded by family and friends, a testament to the life we had built together. The scars of the past were still there, but they had become a part of our story, a reminder of how far we had come. In the twilight of our lives, we found joy in the simple things. We cherished our time together, knowing that each moment was a gift. Our love had been tested, but it had endured. We had proven that with determination, forgiveness, and unwavering commitment, it was possible to rebuild what had been broken. Looking back, I am grateful for every twist and turn in our journey. It was not an easy path, but it was one that led us to a place of deep understanding and enduring love. Linda and I had weathered the storm, and in doing so, we had found a love that was stronger and more resilient than we had ever imagined. Our story is a testament to the power of love, forgiveness, and the human spirit. It is a reminder that even in the darkest of times, there is always hope. And as we sit together in our garden, surrounded by the beauty we have created, I know that we are ready to face whatever the future holds, together. As the sun sets on our journey, I am filled with a profound sense of gratitude. Gratitude for the love we shared, for the lessons we learned, and for the strength we found in each other. Our story is not one of perfection, but one of resilience and determination. It is a testament to the power of love and the importance of never giving up. Linda and I have proven that it is possible to rebuild what has been broken. Our marriage has been tested, but it has endured. And as we look towards the future, we do so with hope and confidence, knowing that together we can overcome any obstacle. Our love has been through the fire, but it has emerged stronger, ready to face whatever challenges lay ahead. And for that, I am eternally grateful. As the years passed, Linda and I settled into a rhythm of life that was marked by a deep, abiding love and mutual respect. The days of turmoil and betrayal were behind us, replaced by a profound understanding of each other. We had grown together in ways that only those who have weathered such storms can understand. Our lives were enriched by the shared experiences, both good and bad, that had shaped us into the people we had become. Our children, now with families of their own, often visited us. They brought their spouses and children, filling our home with laughter and joy. These family gatherings were a testament to the life we had built together, a life that had not always been easy, but was always full of love. The garden that we had nurtured over the years became a favorite spot for our grandchildren, who loved to play among the flowers and vegetables we had planted. It was a joy to see the younger generation enjoy the fruits of our labor, both in the garden and in life. Linda of JLL/TM's commitment to her community work grew stronger with time. She found great fulfillment in helping underprivileged children, and her efforts were recognized with several community awards. I was immensely proud of her. She had turned her life around and channeled her energy into something positive and meaningful. Her work was a source of inspiration for many, including me. I continued to support her in every way I could, knowing that her success was also a reflection of our shared journey. I, too, found new ways to contribute to our community. I volunteered at a local mentoring program, helping young professionals navigate their careers. It was rewarding to give back and to use my experiences to guide others. The time I spent mentoring gave me a sense of purpose and allowed me to connect with people in meaningful ways. These activities enriched our lives and brought us closer together, as we often shared stories and insights from our respective volunteer work. Our 50th wedding anniversary was a milestone that we celebrated with great enthusiasm. We hosted a grand party inviting all our friends and family. It was a beautiful evening filled with speeches, laughter, and dancing. Linda and I renewed our vows once again, this time surrounded by our children and grandchildren. It was a poignant moment, a reminder of how far we had come and how much we had overcome together. The love and support we received from our loved ones reaffirmed our commitment to each other and to our family. As we entered our twilight years, we began to slow down, cherishing the quiet moments of our life. Our garden remained a central part of our daily routine. We spent many mornings and evenings tending to it, enjoying the tranquility it offered. It was a place of reflection and peace where we could sit and watch the world go by. The garden, with its vibrant colors and lush greenery, symbolized the growth and renewal that we had experienced in our relationship. Linda VDDTMA's health began to decline, a stark reminder of the passage of time. She was diagnosed with a chronic illness that required ongoing care. It was a challenging period, but we faced it together, just as we had faced everything else. I took on the role of her caregiver, determined to make her as comfortable as possible. Our love for each other grew even stronger during this time, as we leaned on each other for support and comfort. The days were sometimes difficult, but they were also filled with moments of deep connection and love. We reminisced about our journey, the highs and lows, the laughter and the tears. Linda D.G. Slauchart's strength and resilience were awe-inspiring. Even in her illness, she remained positive and full of grace. Her spirit was unbroken, a testament to the strength of her character. She often reminded me of the importance of gratitude and finding joy in the small things. One day, as we sat in the garden, Linda took my hand and told me how much she appreciated the life we had built together. She thanked me for standing by her through everything, for loving her unconditionally, and for giving her a second chance. Her words brought tears to my eyes. I told her that I was the one who was grateful grateful for her love, her strength, and the beautiful life we had shared. In her final days, Linda was surrounded by her family. Our children and grandchildren came to visit often, filling the house with love and laughter. It was a bittersweet time, but also a celebration of a life well lived. Linda passed away peacefully, holding my hand in the garden that had meant so much to us. Her last moments were filled with love and peace, a fitting end to a remarkable journey. After Linda Vjrtm's passing, I found solace in the memories we had created together. The garden became my refuge, a place where I felt her presence and her love. I continued to tend to it, finding comfort in the routine and in the connection it gave me to her. The flowers and plants we had nurtured together flourished, a living testament to our enduring love. In the years that followed, I dedicated myself to preserving Linda Vjrtm's legacy. I continued her work at the community center, helping underprivileged children and supporting their education. It was a way to honor her memory and to keep her spirit alive. The impact she had made on so many lives was profound, and I was proud to carry on her work. My own health began to decline as well, and I knew that my time was coming to an end. But I faced it with a sense of peace, knowing that I had lived a full and meaningful life. I was surrounded by the love of my family, and the memories of the life I had shared with Linda gave me comfort. As I sat in our garden, I felt a deep sense of gratitude for the journey we had taken together. Our story was one of resilience, forgiveness, and enduring love. It was a testament to the power of the human spirit and the strength of a committed relationship. We had faced many challenges, but we had faced them together, and that made all the difference. The garden we had nurtured was a symbol of our journey, a reminder of the beauty that can come from overcoming adversity. As I reflect on our life, I am filled with a profound sense of gratitude. Gratitude for the love we shared, for the lessons we learned, and for the strength we found in each other. Our story is not one of perfection, but one of resilience and determination. It is a testament to the power of love and the importance of never giving up. Linda and I have proven that it is possible to rebuild what has been broken. Our marriage was tested, but it endured. And as I look towards the future, I do so with hope and confidence, knowing that together we overcame any obstacle. Our love was tested by fire, but it emerged stronger, ready to face whatever challenges lay ahead. And for that, I am eternally grateful. In the end, our journey was about more than just overcoming betrayal. It was about the power of forgiveness, the importance of communication, and the strength of love. It was about finding joy in the simple things and cherishing each moment we had together. It was about building a life that was rich with meaning and filled with love. As I sit in our garden, I know that Linda Vjrtm's spirit is with me. I feel her presence in the flowers and plants we nurtured together, in the laughter of our grandchildren, and in the love of our family. Our story is a reminder that even in the darkest of times, there is always hope. And as I face the future, I do so with a heart full of love and a soul filled with peace. Our love story is one that will endure, a testament to the strength of the human spirit and the power of love. It is a story that will be told for generations to come, a reminder of the resilience and determination that can overcome any obstacle. And as I look back on our journey, I am filled with a profound sense of gratitude, knowing that our love has truly stood the test of time.